That is perfect. I love that. Oh, you know what? I think I kind of want to be in the Whales family now.
Whale Pod. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Tank. I'm Freida Whales, and please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps us out. And today I'm joined in The Tank by a very exciting artist. They are prolific in the Montreal drag scene, doing everything from performances, drag brunches, story times, and everything in between. A house mentor on the upcoming series Call Me Mother, I'd like to welcome Barbada.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. This is really exciting.
Yes, I'm so glad you were able to swim over to The Tank.
Yes. I love swimming. I'm a real water person.
You're into water sports then?
Oh my God. Oh, well, not all kinds of water sports, but
as a whale, I'm into most.
Good. That's perfect.
Well, we're just going to dive right into these questions. Our listeners are waiting to hear. Can you give us a little background on your name?
My father's from Barbados, right? So I wanted to do a little shout. I've never met my father. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. I don't care. I mean, damn
it! I was hoping I was gonna make her cry in the first few seconds.
All dramatic. No. I've never met my father, but I wanted to do a little shout out to the fact that he was from Barbados, or I don't even know if he's still alive. Like I said, I've never met him. So I said Barbada. Looks like in French it sounds better. It sounds more like Barbara, which is Barbara, basically. I'm gonna be quite honest. I never thought I was gonna be doing drag for like 16 years now. Otherwise, not so sure I would have chosen that name. I think I would have gone more with something with like Freida Whales, for example. You know.
Do you have a favorite memory from way back in the day when you first started performing?
I have several because I've done a lot of very interesting things, a lot of very interesting contracts. But I think one of the most memorable, maybe not for it's for obvious reasons. It was a show that we did in a camping, but it was a nudist camping.
Okay.
So yeah. So basically everybody was naked all day long and we got to go there. Me and another performer, and we were the only ones allowed to actually not be naked.
I was gonna say, easy to pack for that.
Yeah. No, just makeup and hair. That's all. Oh my God, that would have been no. So we were fully dressed, and people were fully dressed for the show, though. I have to mention that. But they were all naked during the day, so we got to see them naked before we got to see them, dressed for our show. So it was kind of a different experience, but it was great. People were so fun, and we went back in 2019, so 3 years ago. Yeah.
So in doing a little bit of research about you, we found out that you're quite well known for your drag story times, just like I am. What do you feel is important about doing that to impact families and children?
I strongly believe that the best way to change mentalities is through education. And that's partly why I became a teacher, because I am a music teacher by day, elementary music teacher. It kind of came naturally to combine both my careers, having drag and teaching, or working with kids and working with, and so, yeah, it just came together naturally. And I think when I hear the comments of some of the people who never came to the activity, and without even coming to the activity, or the reading, the story hour, per whatever the activity is, some of them give great comments, but still some people give negative comments without even knowing what the activity is, without, of course, never coming to the activity. It really tells me that we still need to do these kind of things with the kids, to let them know that it's not okay to judge before. In French, we say des préjugés, which is basically translated to judging before, or before judging. So it's judging before you actually know or actually understand something. And I think that these story hours that we all do, and that basically anyone does, any kind of activity that brings bring the kids to open their minds to something that's different, and to let them know that you don't necessarily have to like what you see, but you have to respect it. And in order to respect it, you have to take the time to understand it. And as soon as I see someone who still doesn't get that, I don't care if you like it or not. It's okay not to like drag. It's okay not to like drag shows. And I don't want everyone to like drag shows, but I want people to respect what we do and respect what is different, basically, and to take the time to understand what's different. Any kind of activity that gives you the chance to change people's mind is that's why I do it. That's why we do it. Yeah.
We're very excited about Call Me Mother. Do you have any inside tea you can share with us?
I always describe it as a combination of The Voice and RuPaul's Drag Race or Canada's Drag Race, where you have mentors that basically choose. Obviously, they're not blind auditions like at The Voice, but because that would be a bit ridiculous for a drag show.
You got to be able to see a drag queen to choose her.
No, but yeah, we have mentors that help drags, and I include, it's a very inclusive drag. It's not only drag queens, it's drag kings, bio queens, very inclusive, in order to bring them as far as possible in their competition and get them to grow, basically. And that's what I want to do in my house, and that's what I think I did to help them grow, help them really evolve as much as I could. And I'm going to be honest, I think I learned maybe not as much, but close to as much as they did, because it was actually my first time not on TV, but on this like a reality show. Unlike Peppermint or Crystal, I have never done Drag Race. So it was the first time for me to actually do that, and I learned a lot. There's clearly a lot of things I would have done different if I were to do it again, or maybe season 2. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I mean, let's hope. Let's knock on wood, and let's hope that the first season is really, really people are gonna like. I know people are gonna enjoy the show. It's really human. It's very. I'm gonna say this. This is gonna sound funny, but it's very Canadian.
I was gonna say it's just Canadian contestants, right?
It's very. Yes, it's only Canadians. The only a non-Canadian is Peppermint, obviously, because we needed a big star, and let's face it, she is the big star of the show. I mean, Peppermint,
definitely.
When I was told that I was doing mentoring, or I was one of the mothers with Peppermint, I literally fell off my chair. And so, and of course, Crystal, amazing, from Drag Race UK and blah, blah, blah. And she's Canadian, but of course living in UK. So it's going to be very, very Canadian in the atmosphere, the warmth, to the show. Of course, there's a bit of drama.
Of course, it's reality TV.
Exactly, you need some drama, but there's a really good sense of humanity to it, and that's why I basically said yes, because I love Drag Race in for what it has brought the drag world, but I am not 100% sure that I would fit in Drag Race. I don't think I'm as polished as a lot of the drags that go on the show. I don't think I have the same interests as the drag that go on these shows. So
it's a very specific pageant, really.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely fit better in the Call Me Mother environment than in the Drag Race. Yeah.
And plus, then you get to just skip it and just be the host of the show, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
One of the judge hosts or whatever it is.
Exactly. I think I'm allowed to say that there's going to be some other names announced pretty soon.
Okay.
Other than the mothers, obviously, there's going to be a few
like guest people showing up. Potentially.
Guest or other whatever. That's all I can say.
How many, like, if you can tell me how many, like, do you get a couple queens in your house, like, that are kind of competing for you?
Yeah. we all got to choose three drags in our houses. Yeah.
And did any like you can obviously tell me no or not, but was there any like competition of like fighting over a certain queen? They're like, no, I want her, or I want him, or
Oh, of course.
perfect.
Of course. I
Can't
mean
wait.
of course. I mean that was part of what we wanted to happen too. I mean, kind of like The Voice, like exactly like on The Voice when two judges or two mentors basically turn or choose that person, then that person gets to choose the judge or the mentor he or she wants to work with. So I mean that's what makes a good show, I guess. And yes, there were a lot of great, actually all the participants are excellent excellent artists. I mean, some of them were, I'm gonna say it, better than me. I'm gonna say they were like oh my god, their wardrobe was mind-blowing. Their attitude, their energy was just amazing. And yeah, a lot of people think because there's the mentoring aspect to it that the artists aren't as good as Drag Race and stuff like that, but that is not true. I mean, all the artists could easily go straight to Drag Race and be the same level as what we've seen on the last seasons.
Of course, in reality TV, sometimes you get negative reactions as well as great reactions. Are you prepared for a possible fan upset with you?
It's the thing that basically that worries me a bit. And it's one of the reasons why also I was a bit worried about doing the show, but because of that specific aspect. However, when you decide to do this, kind of like the people who don't come to the activity, the story hour that we do, and then give negative comment, people who watch the show don't know what it is to be on a show. You know, I would take criticism from people who actually did the show and watching the episode and an episode and tell me, you know, good criticism, you know, even if it's not negative comments, but criticism, you know,
something that can help you.
Yes, exactly. That would help me for season 2, let's say. But people who have never been on this kind of show, you don't know what it is, what it really, really is. I mean, you watch an hour-long episode, but an hour-long episode is 3 days, sometimes more of filming. I mean, you see tiny bits. You see 1% of what we actually did, what was actually going on. So it's super easy to judge. But when
there's some producer manipulation too sometimes.
Yes, of course,
right?
Of course.
They're gonna make the storyline as best as possible.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's still a show, right? They want people to watch it, and of course. So I am prepared. I'm not saying I'm gonna like if people give negative comments about it, but we'll see. We'll see.
Just turn the comment section off. It's so much easier.
Sometimes you need to, yeah.
But honestly, sometimes there's funny ones. You go in there and they're like, wow, that was actually a pretty good read. Like, that's good material. I'll keep that for a roast for later. Getting into the end of our interview and keeping on the whale theme, I like to ask all of my interviewees to do a nice whale call for me. So I was wondering if you could do a whale call.
A whale call? A whale call? How do we? I don't even. Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna sound so stupid. But then again, I'm pretty sure it always sounds stupid. How does it's like a what is that?
That was actually pretty good.
I don't know.
People, you can kind of go either the dolphin range or like the deep, like sperm whale, like clicking. So there's a whole range of sounds you can make. I like to do a nice guttural, like a.
You're actually no, you are good. That was good. Like
I've done it a few times on stage.
You could have fooled me. You definitely could have fooled me for that. Well, you can find me on Instagram on barbada.ca. You can always add me on MySpace and ICQ. I'm not such a technology drag,
I was
but
just
find me on
MySpace even still
Instagram.
open?
What was that?
Is MySpace open?
Yeah, sure. I think. Yeah, I have mine. I still have mine. And do a little research on Alta Vista. And you'll find me.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Barbada, for joining us in the tank today. And you can find all the details down in the links below to find Barbada and check her out on Call Me Mother soon.
Yes, absolutely. Take care. Bye, everybody.
Bye.